Hey everybody, I hope y'all could see me well. I'm sitting on the floor. Um, I was doing some yoga, so I'm sitting on the floor. I hope y'all could see me well. It looks pretty good on my end. Um, so this is just a very, 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 a very, very random live. And this live is coming from a place of, just me having conversations and doing a lot of thinking. So I probably won't even post it. I just really wanted to, just really like get a feel for what y'all think and just open up the discussion that I've been having with quite a few people. And the discussion sparked, first off, hey, good morning, happy Sunday. The discussion started off with a few people on Instagram, and then it started out with, then it continued with like me having a conversation with some close friends and stuff. And the discussion is centered around perfectionism and the idea of being a perfectionist, right? So essentially, I had a conversation with a friend who, we were talking about the whole Goya thing. So if you're not familiar, Goya Foods, read the CEO recently came out in support of Trump. Peace, how you doing? The CEO came out in support of Trump, and then not only did he come out in support of Trump, but then he doubled down on it and was basically like, "Look, I don't take back what I said. I don't, regret anything I said." Hey, Genevieve, how you doing? I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. But yeah, he was just like he doesn't regret anything and all that stuff. And it was just like, what? Okay. Now, Goya Foods, growing up for myself, Goya Foods was definitely like a huge part of the household. Goya is a company that, it's a Latino based company. The CEO is Latino. He started the company in honor of the seasonings and the spices that his grandparents used. You say you good? Life is hectic. Yes, girl. Okay, but let me pause that conversation and just talk about life being hectic. Genevieve, honey, listen, and that's what the whole conversation of perfection really is about. Like life being hectic, and sometimes life is, it's just hectic as fuck. And I think that really life sometimes is just life, and we strive for perfection, and we take on the hecticness of life, and it seems overwhelming and it seems like a lot. But a part of me recently I've been contemplating, is life really hectic or are we just striving for perfection? So shit that's really normal, like things just happening, feels like a tornado. It feels like it being hectic. And tying that back into the whole Goya Foods thing, having the conversation with a few friends who were like, we gotta boycott Goya. People who know me know how much I use Goya. You think it's anxiety? Yes, Genevieve. Yes, honey. I feel that, girl. But people who know me know how much I use Goya. I introduced a lot of my friends to Goya because growing up, once again, it was just a staple part of my household, and it was the first seasoning that I learned how to use. Adobo. If you grow up, my father's from Panama, my mother she learned how to cook from my father's mother, who was, a Panamanian woman. So growing up, everything was seasoned with adobo. Adobo was in everything. Goya adobo specifically. I didn't even know other brands made adobo. I thought adobo was just a Goya thing, so it was the base of how we learned how to cook, sazon, all of that stuff. So, it was a large part of life. So my friend called me, and my friend, I have to say this so you can get an understanding of where I'm coming from. My friend, he is a black male. He is a part of the LGBTQ community, and he called me, and that's important. Keep that note. He called me and was like, "Sis, you gotta let that Goya go, girl. Did you hear what happened?" And at the time, I hadn't heard anything. So I'm on the phone with him, and he's telling me what happened, and I'm researching it. Like, oh my God, this is crazy. Well, he's like, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. I'm like, I'm definitely here for the people. We boycotting Goya. We're boycotting Goya. But then I was like, but what does that mean? Like, not just Goya, but anything. Like us having these boycotts and standing against these companies who support Trump. What does that mean? Like, what's the list of companies that we are standing against? Who are we boycotting? Because y'all, it seems like every other day there's a new boycott happening. There's a new boycott happening. And Genevieve, this is like tying in the whole like life being hectic thing. Because if you think about everything that's going on right now, we have the pandemic, you got quarantine, you got, people coming in, states coming in and out of quarantine. I know Atlanta just got pushed back into phase 1, but then then the governor is speaking against Mayor Bottoms and saying y'all don't have to do it. It's so much like going on and so much confusing. People in Florida getting sick and dying, yet Disneyland open back up. Like, it's so much stuff going on. And then we have these boycotts, and you have like, oh, we're standing against Goya. Oh, we're canceling this person, and we're going against this person. And so many different things are happening just in society. And if you are even semi hashtag woke or conscious, you are expected to be aware of everything, stand against everything that everyone is standing against, and people expect you to be perfect, be perfect. You're not even supposed to question stuff. You're not even supposed to be like, are we sure that this is worth it? Like, what's going on? So my friend, when I was just me asking a question, I was like, so who are we boycotting? Like, we were just boycotting Starbucks. Are we still boycotting Starbucks? Are we still like what? I'm confused because I thought we was boycotting Starbucks back when the two black men got put out of Starbucks a long time ago. Then did we bring them back? Okay, now they're canceled again because what? Like, why did we cancel Starbucks again this time? Okay, so Whole Foods is canceled. Wait, Amazon was canceled because they were mistreating workers. Are we using Amazon? Like, I'm confused. I got questions. So he got so offended that I was like asking questions. He was like, sis, we don't have time to be coming up with excuses of why we're not standing together. We need unity. And he goes on this long spiel of like how we need unity. And I'm listening and I'm like, okay, yes, we need unity, yes. Here for the people. So I still have questions. Like, because I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going on. And, I ended up asking him, I was like, listen, he was like, I just thought that you would be aware of this stuff and you would know. And I was like, no, I don't know everything. Like, I'm not aware of everything that's going on. I'm not perfect. I do read. I keep up with a lot. But, yes, GC said, I feel you, says learning, it's impossible to cover every single thing. Yes, it's impossible. Hey, Bella, it's definitely impossible to cover everything. Everybody needs to know for themselves. Do you? Right. And I was like, I don't know everything. And what I learned, because oftentimes people have a perception of us, and their perception of us is really a reflection of them and how they see the world. So us delving into that conversation of like, look, me saying like, I don't know everything, bro. Like, I don't know everything. I don't keep up with everything. I don't have a boycott list. Like, I don't have a boycott list. I'm aware of what's going on sometimes in some situations, but I don't have a list. And even if I did have a list, I don't know what we're supposed to cross off and what we ain't supposed to cross off. Is Kanye canceled or is he not? Only person I know for sure is canceled is R. Kelly. I know we are not fucking with R. Kelly no more. I know he is canceled. But what do we do? Did we cancel TikTok or did we not cancel TikTok? Like, are we supposed to watch or are we not supposed to watch? Like, I'm confused. So I was just like, how do you see, what do you expect of me? And he was like, I come to you for the conscious information. I come to you because I know that you're woke. And I was like, no. I never want to be seen as perfect. I never want to be seen as the woke person or, the quote unquote conscious person and all of these other labels, because I am not perfect. I have shit that I like to do and things that I'm into. Am I into reading? Absolutely. Am I into the news? Absolutely. Am I into spirituality? Absolutely. I'm into all of that. But I don't want to be labeled or boxed in as anything because I am not perfect. And I feel like as society, we have this idea that we are supposed to be perfect. Lorena, I like your name, Larina. Oh, and then you broke it down in the pronunciation. Okay, let me go to your comment because I'm so obsessed over your name. Also, after a while, it's a lot to take on. All of this stuff is life draining. Absolutely. And that was the thing I was explaining to him because I was just like, I'm not perfect at anything that I do, And I became concerned for him because I was like, if you see me and you expect perfection from me, what do you expect from yourself? What are you expecting from yourself? Because as we are talking, he's eating Chick-fil-A. He's eating Chick-fil-A. Now, mind you, I said he's a black man. He's a part of the LGBTQ community. And he's like going in on me about questioning the boycott against Goya, but he's eating Chick-fil-A. And I'm like, bro, like, come on now. Like, but I didn't point that out at first. I let him get his whole spiel out. And then I was just like, what do you expect from yourself? And he was like, I strive to, he was like, you always tell me if you know better, do better. So I strive to do better as I know better. And that's when I was like, well, are you aware that Chick-fil-A is anti-LGBTQ? They're very Christian and they've been open about being anti-homosexuality, yada, yada, yada. And he was like, and was stuck. And I was just like, but listen, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you for still supporting them. I'm not judging you for still liking those chicken nuggets and waffle fries and all that. I'm not judging you for that. And I think in society, we judge each other based on who we expect other people to be, which then leads for people to strive for perfection. Because oftentimes we take on the perception of others. We take on the identity of others. People identify us in certain ways. You're the woke one. You're the conscious one. You're the funny friend. You're the pretty friend. You're the model friend. You're the teaching friend. You're the talented. You're the artsy friend. We put all of these labels on our friends and on our families and how we view them, and we expect them to fit in that box. And people do the same to us. And sometimes what we do is we take on that label, and we don't even realize, but then we design our life to fit into that label. And we can't do that. Like, that leads to perfectionism. That leads to us limiting ourselves, number one, because then we don't give ourselves a chance to try other shit out of fear that we'll fail, or out of fear that we will break outside of the label that we have placed on ourselves, because that's the label that other people have placed on us. So it's just, for me, I've really been doing a lot of thinking on the idea of just striving for perfection. And I have so many friends who, they want to start a business, or they want to start a YouTube channel, or they want to start this. And I'm like, just, okay, so do it. I'm talking to a friend of mine who's trying to start her YouTube channel, and she's like, okay, but I want to have this look and that look. And I'm like, girl, just publish the goddamn channel, girl. Like, just put out the channel. It's not going to be perfect at first. You just work to it. You build and you grow. It's not going to be perfect. You got that business you want to start. It's not going to be perfect. Just do what you got to do. Thank you so much, Crystal. I appreciate that. I appreciate that love, Crystal. Yes, Lorena said just to exist freely. We have to, Genevieve said, I have decided to allow myself freedom to be, just to be independent of anyone else or anyone's opinions or expectations. Absolutely. I love that. And that's so hard for a lot of people to do, because we seek approval. Whether we admit it or not, we seek approval. Everyone seeks some sort of approval, whether if it's approval from, your family members, your significant other, a sibling, your parents. You want somebody to pat you on the back and say, good job, in whatever way that is to you. Whether if it's somebody hitting the like button on your picture, or it's somebody, shouting you. Y'all see the sun is going in and out. But whether if it's somebody hitting the like button on your picture, or somebody, saying, yes, girl, you killing it, you slaying, we all strive for some sort of approval. And oftentimes, we do what we think is supposed to get us approval. And I'm saying we, because I once used to be, self-imposed jail. Once, when I was young, I used to be a perfectionist. And I didn't realize I was a perfectionist. I'm talking about, like, I was a hustler, and I was a person who I would set a goal, and I'm tunnel vision on that goal. And I'm still pretty much like that. But my goal had to, I was so specific about how it had to look, and how it had to be done, and how it had to be achieved. And it would get to the point that I would get physically sick, and the goals would be different. Sometimes the goal was, when I was very young, I was on a step team. Shout out to all my steppers, you know what I'm saying? I was on the step team when I was young. And I would practice at home all day, all night. I would practice, when I was on the dance team, I would practice, practice, practice. When I was trying to lose weight, I would get to the point where I would starve myself when I was young. I would go long periods of time without eating to the point that I was on a step team, dance team, and starving myself. I passed out. So I would strive for perfection, and it wasn't until I got to college, and I remember I worked so hard to get to college. I'm the first person in my family to ever go to college, and graduate college and go get my master's and graduate with that and all that. I'm the first in my family, and I had to. If anybody experienced being a first generation college student, you know how hard it is to get there because you don't know. You don't have anybody to guide you and tell you this is how you do this and this is how you do that. So but when I started college, I was already exhausted. Then starting college, and now I'm setting new goals because now I need a car, and now I need this, and now I need that. And I remember my freshman year in my dorm, calling my mother and just breaking down like, Ma, I gotta get a car. I'm about to go crazy on this campus. I was living in Savannah, Georgia. The bus comes once a fucking hour, like once an hour. So even if you have a job, if you gotta take the bus and you miss the bus in Savannah, you're late. It's over for you. So if you got a job and you gotta be there by 8, plan to catch the 6 a.m. bus, okay? But I was so frustrated, and I remember just breaking down and being like, I got to get this, and I got to get that, and that, and that. And I was only like a month into my freshman year of college. And I remember my mother being like, yo, you are a perfectionist. You got to stop. You got to chill. Like, just breathe and enjoy the moment. It's good to have goals. It's good to, have expectations of yourself. But where are these expectations coming from? Who the hell told you that you need a car right now? What made you think that you had to go and you just got started in classes? Why did you feel the need to go get a job immediately right now? Like, you're straight. You worked hard, paid for your first semester. You're good. Like, you don't need a job right now, Why are you setting these immediate high goals for yourself? And I realized it was because I set the expectation that I had to be the best. I had to be the first. I had to do it right. I had to do it well because I got to be the example for my nieces and nephews. I want life to be easier for them than it was for me. So I got to do it. I got to do it. I got to do it. And nobody told me that I had to. Nobody told me I had to do that. I put that expectation on myself. But you know where that expectation came from? It came from approval. It came from me achieving things in the past and my family saying, good job. Yes. Oh my God, you are such an example for your nieces and nephews. And that felt good to me. It came from my nieces and nephews being like, oh, I want to be, my nieces and nephews call me Mayo. And it's like a family thing, but they call me Mayo. And they was like, I want to be Mayo. I want to be like Mayo. And that felt good for me, the approval of others. So my point is that our expectations, we strive for perfection, and that striving from perfection comes from self-imposed jail. As I think Genevieve says, self-imposed jail. And that self-imposed jail is the expectations we put on ourselves. It's the expectation we put on ourselves. But those expectations that we put on ourselves dwell from the people approval, the people around us giving us approval for what we do and things that we have achieved and things that we have accomplished. And I just wanted to let y'all know that although it's difficult, although it's hard, we have to become perfectionist phobic. I have perfectionism phobia, period. I have a fear of being a perfectionist. I want to overcome the idea, and I worked very hard to overcome the idea that I have to be fucking perfect. Being unashamed about saying, I don't know. Being unashamed about saying, like, I really can't do that right now. Being able to say no. I was the person that, people come to me for certain things, whether if it was information, I felt like I had to know all the information. I felt like I had to be up to date on all the news, all the Black history, all of the stuff that's going on with Black folks and Latino people in the community and all of that, all the boycotts. I used to feel like I had to know it all. I had to read constantly and all that. My friends had a joke. They was like, we was playing this game, and they was like, if each person in the room was to get kidnapped, what do you think would be? What do you think they would be doing in the trunk if they got kidnapped? And all of my friends was like, she'll be handling business. You know, they all said that they felt like I'll be in the trunk on my phone typing an email, handling business or something like that. And I was like, yo, that was a moment for me because that let me know that people thought that about me. Like people see that I'm always like laser beam focused. I would never take a chance to breathe. I would never take a chance to relax. And it was because I always had these super high expectations of myself that once again were really and truthfully based on the approval of others and the expectation of others. I always once again had to felt like I had to be the person who knew. So I had to work to release that idea of, yo, it's okay to not know. Like I had to tell myself like it's all right to not be aware. You don't have to read every news article. You don't have to read every book that comes out. Every Michael Eric Dyson book, I was reading it. Every Cornel West book, I was there. Every speech, every like I was there, okay? Dr. Umar Johnson, everything, you know, I was there, like had the speeches memorized. I remember trying to memorize, like striving to memorize Malcolm X, The Ballad of the Bullet, every single line by line. You know, when I was teaching, I would memorize everything and like have it together and da 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 da. And eventually it started wearing me down to the point that I would feel guilty. Like I would literally be asleep. I would wake up and feel like, all right, you gotta go. What we gonna do today? Okay, checklist done. I would never take breaks. Even on the weekends, I could be working and going to school. When I was in grad school, I was teaching full time and going to grad school full time. And I would never take a break. Even on the weekend, I got into a Saturday class on the weekend. I would come home from Saturday class and I'm studying. And that eventually broke me down. It eventually, like, I got to the point where I was like, just exhausted. So I had to move away from the idea of, once again, being perfect. You do not have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything the right way or to the highest level. Don't put yourself in these boxes, in these categories. Like I know a lot of people, I talk to a lot of people about spirituality, and you know something, if y'all know my videos, especially my videos about spirituality, I always say be easy on yourself. My videos about, you know, becoming vegetarian or vegan or whatever, be easy on yourself, because oftentimes we're so hard. Like our self-talk, the way we talk to ourselves is so hard, y'all. It's so hard sometimes. Like we're so critical, and I say we because myself included. Like I was to the point where if I didn't do something, I would beat myself up about it. Like if I was just chilling or relaxing or resting, I would be so critical about myself just chilling. Like why you could be doing this right now. Even watching a show, I would be watching a show and like on my computer, like, all right, get this done. Hey, Hope, I would feel like, you know, I had to just do so many things when in fact, that's not the case. So we have to mind our self-talk. When I say be easy on yourself, I mean don't strive for perfection. We have to take, or just if you're getting into spirituality or you're into spirituality, do not label yourself as the spiritual person. Don't label yourself. That's why I started this video. I was like, look, this is something I'm into. This is something I enjoy. If we just took things on as things that we enjoy, I enjoy reading. I enjoy spirituality. It's something that benefits my wellness and I like it. I enjoy it. But I don't want to be labeled as the woke person. I don't want to be labeled as the conscious person, the spiritual person, the business person, whatever. I don't want those labels, because we come and we get engrossed in those labels, and then we feel like we can't be anything else. You feel guilty for twerking, you know, you feel guilty for listening to the ratchet music, and you know, you feel guilty for enjoying certain things. I feel like you don't want people to know that you like this artist, or you know, you don't want people to know that you listen. I love Kevin Gates. I listen to Kevin Gates hard. I love Kevin Gates. You know, I remember listening to Kevin Gates, and my brother, my male best friend, he was like, you shouldn't listen to him because he mistreats women and he violates women. And I was like, okay. but I like Kevin Gates, and granted, if he is, you okay, GC, you listen to Kevin Gates too. And granted, my thing is, I was like, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But then I felt guilty because I'm like, am I defending an abuser? Am I defending, a bad person? Like, but I also empathize with him because I empathize with the fact that none of us are perfect. And if he is abusive to women or whatever, I don't know if he is. I don't know him personally. But if he is, he ain't perfect. I'm not perfect. My friend is like, oh, you shouldn't be, you sitting here mad that you got to boycott Goya. Nigga, yes, I'm mad I got to boycott Goya. I grew up on Goya. I got a double in my cabinet right now. Sets on in my cabinet right now. Like, yes, I'm sitting here like, damn, what you want me to be like, have no feelings about it? You want me to have no qualms about it? Yes, like we have the right to feel. We have the right to be contradictions, Embrace the fact, I always say I'm a walking contradiction. Embrace that part of yourself. Embrace the fact that you are a contradiction sometimes. So it's people out here. I follow Chef Anki. I think her name is Chef Anki on Instagram, and she's a vegan chef. And she's like a very well-known vegan chef. If you don't follow her, please do. Chef Anki. I think it's spelled Ankhi, I think. But she's so dope, beautiful sister. She's been vegan for years, and she had put up a post a while ago saying like, yes, you guys, I'm a vegan. I promote a plant-based lifestyle. She was like, but she was in a club and she was eating some fish, and people were looking at her like, whoa, like, in shock. And she was like, sometimes she does eat fish. And you should have saw the comments. People in the comments were like going in on her, like, how could you promote being vegan and still eat fish? How can you promote a plant-based diet and still eat fish? And she was like, y'all, I eat fish sometimes, like as Tabitha would say, that because that's my business. That's her business. If she eats fish sometimes, that's her business. It does not mean that a plant-based diet is wrong. It does not mean that she's lying when she says, yo, we should strive to be plant-based. It just means that, you say my favorite brand of coconut water is from Goya. Listen, okay? But it's the thing is, it doesn't mean that everything else that she stands for is wrong or it's a lie or she's fake. It just means that she's human and she has the right to do both. I could bump Kirk Franklin melodies from heaven and then turn around and listen to Travis Porter. Shout out to Travis Porter. Y'all, what happened to Travis Porter? Remember Travis Porter? Y'all remember that? Hey, ladies. No? Okay, bring it back. Bring it back. Travis Porter, make it rain, trip, make it, y'all, okay. But I could listen to Kirk Franklin and listen to Travis Porter. I could listen to Tamala Man and then turn around and listen to some Jay-Z or some 50 Cent. I could do both. We can do both. She can live a plant-based diet and still nibble on a piece of red snapper every once in a while. That's her business. That's what she chooses to do. And guess what? Both of them are okay. Both of them are okay. Nobody is perfect, including yourself. Even with spirituality specifically, I always say, don't be too hard on yourself. I find that people get obsessed. They get obsessed and they feel like, okay, so if you identify as Ifa, I gotta do this. I gotta have my Shango altar, right? I gotta have my Oshun altar. I gotta have my Yemeya altar. Okay, today is what day? Okay, I gotta make sure I give these sacrifices and do this offering, and I gotta say this prayer. Okay, somebody said Kawo. Okay, Kawo. I gotta do my dance. I gotta do okay, wait a minute, breathe, relax. Don't become obsessed. Don't become engrossed in something to where you lose yourself. Because honestly, y'all, that's how people have mental breakdowns. That's how you lose some of your power, your spiritual power, your spiritual, that's how you lose it. Your ashe. Ashe is another word for power. That's how you lose some of your ashe, because then you lose the intention. It becomes less about the intention. It becomes less about following spirit and more about following man, more about following a book, following other people. And including other religions. You know, I talk to some Christian people, and some Christian people feel like, okay, if you don't go to church every Sunday, you don't go to Bible study on Wednesdays, and they got these lists of what it takes to be a good Christian. What does it take to be, you know, spirituality? What does it take to be a good Ifa priestess? What does it take to really, really be a Santeria practitioner or a Voodoo practitioner? Like, what should you have in your house? You need to have this, and that. And I'm like, but what if that's not what that person's spiritual path is like? What if that's not on their spiritual path? What if that's not meant for them? What if that's not their calling? You know, we got to take these expectations off of ourselves. And when we remove these expectations from ourselves, we'll be able to remove them from others. Oftentimes, we place these labels on other people because that's a reflection of what we feel on the inside. If someone sees you and they're like, oh, I thought you were supposed to be this. That's because that's what they thought they were supposed to be. That's a reflection of who they think they are meant to be. You said we turn life into a dictated job instead of a journey with many roads of experiences. Absolutely, Bella. I agree with that. I agree with that. Saw somebody say, why y'all worried about Will and Jada when you need to be worried about Wayfair? Because we need a break and we can't know everything. Listen, okay, and I don't even know what the hell going on with Wayfair. But that's a prime example. That's a prime example. The whole Will and Jada thing, right? And people being like, well, if they wasn't famous, this would not be a big deal. Why are y'all so obsessed? Y'all, we are, okay, Hope said Travis Porter. Yes, I knew somebody was out there with me. But the whole Will and Jada thing, people was like, if they wasn't famous, y'all wouldn't give a damn. Y'all would not, y'all are obsessed, da-da-da-da. No. That's absolutely not true. If they were not famous, this would still be a big deal. Because guess what? Some of y'all still mad at y'all daddy for cheating on y'all mama a long time ago. Okay, some of y'all would be shocked if you found out that your daddy wasn't your real daddy. Thank you so much, June. I appreciate that. Thank you, sis. But some of y'all would be mad if y'all found out your daddy wasn't your real daddy. This is tea, whether you famous or not, honey. That is tea, baby. That's tea. You know, and then people feel like, oh, we shouldn't be talking about it. You shouldn't. Why not, honey? We could do both. I could sit here and I could literally get off this live and go read about Wayfair right now and then turn around and watch Red Table Talk and not feel guilty about doing either or, okay? As I cook my breakfast and put a little bit of adobo in there because I'm going to finish this damn can of adobo, okay? Because I'm going to go ahead and stand against adobo and stand against Goya, but I'm going to finish what's in my damn cabinet, okay? I ain't going to throw this adobo out. You know, I already done purchased it. Now, what you want me to do? What you want me to do? It's in my closet. It's in the cabinet. I can't do that. Then that's wasteful. And if I go ahead and throw the adobo out, then what about the starving children around the world who wish they had some adobo? Are we not woke on that area? You know, what about all of the people what about the white folks who eating chicken right now and saying, dang, I wish I had a little something to put on here. That's shameful for me to waste this good adobo and sazon. I got some Goya beans in there right now. When the whole damn pandemic broke out, I told y'all I didn't want to buy no canned goods. When I did buy canned goods, what's the first section I went to? The Goya black beans. Why? Because they come pre-seasoned. They sitting and simmering in the juices in the can and everything. Y'all, you want me to throw out the beans? And then what about the feed the children? That's a contradiction. How you gonna tell me to throw all my Goya products out and then I'm out here just wasting all the goddamn food? I can't do that. What about the grocery stores? I went to the bodega this morning and they had Goya all on the shelf. I said, y'all just gonna let this sit here and go bad? Yo, we got to be mindful. We gotta be mindful. You know, so that's the thing. You said putting some in my rice today. Yes, Genevieve. Also, Goya already got our money. Yes, they already got the coin. We can't just be throwing it out. The goal is to no longer spend money with them. Yes, use what you have. Those dollars have already been spent. I absolutely agree. And then any future dollars, we support Black owned. Like Essie Spice. Y'all know I did the support small business with featuring Essie Spice. I love Essie Spice, which I already got to buy some more, y'all, because y'all think I be playing. Once again, I don't get paid to promote none of this. I actually got another, y'all. I got a new, I'm gonna do an unboxing video for a new sugar scrub I got. One of my good friends, Symphony Dawkins, she just started, I probably shouldn't say her last name, huh? That might be, she might not want nobody to know that, but her name is, we call her Simp. My good friend Simp, she just started a new sugar scrub company, y'all. She makes these homemade sugar scrubs. She puts sea moss, coconut oil, fresh lemon zest, orange peel, all kind of stuff, y'all. Baby, it just came in the mail today. I checked my mail this morning on the way out to the bodega, and it just came today. I'm gonna do an unboxing for this. Sea moss in it, honey. Sea moss in it. Sea moss infused. She makes it. Yes, sugar scrub, sea moss in it, everything. I wish I knew her Instagram off the top of my head. It's like Athens 4 or something like that, but 4 is in Roman numerals. But I'm gonna do the unboxing video. I'm gonna do it, try it out on camera and everything for y'all so y'all can see. But anyway, but Essie Spice, I did the unboxing video for Essie Spice, y'all. I really use Essie Spice. Black owned. Like I said, Ghanaian sister, watched the video. I'm almost out. I gotta order some more already because I'm almost out. I do both. I do both. And we all do both, whether we want to admit it or not. Everybody ain't perfect. Everybody ain't super Saiyan woke. You know, you like my friend, he talking about, girl, you can't be sitting here talking about, we on FaceTime. Girl, you cannot be talking about you having a hard time letting go of Goya, girl. If they support Trump, we need to be anti. Meanwhile, he popping Chick-fil-A nuggets. He popping Chick-fil-A nuggets and he's gay. And he popping Chick-fil-A nuggets. I'm like, my brother, didn't you just get an Amazon delivery? What is we doing? Don't judge me and I shall not judge you. Remove the plank of wood from your eye before you tell me to remove the plank of wood from mine. Okay, sweep your floors before you tell me how to mop my floors. We can't do everything. Perfectionist phobia. Perfectionist phobia, y'all. I will not fall into the trap of other people's expectations of who I should be. You know, and I don't want you to either. Don't feel like your shit gotta be perfect before you do it. Don't feel like your clothes gotta be perfect before you walk out the house. Now, it ain't nothing wrong. Put a little gloss on your lips. You know, get the crusters out your eyes, brush your teeth. You know, do. I ain't saying just be out here willy-nilly. But you know, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a full beat face before you leave the house. You know, you ain't got to iron all the time. Sometimes be a little wrinkled. It feels good to be wrinkled sometimes. Be a little wrinkled. You don't have to iron every damn day. You know, go ahead and bump that Boosie. Boosie ain't shit to his damn kids sometimes. He a good daddy, but sometimes he ain't a good daddy. He out here paying prostitutes to do stuff to his son. That's not right. But goddamn, Boosie go up sometimes on the radio. He be having a word sometimes. I don't agree with everything Boosie say, but hey, Kanye ain't shit. Kanye get on my last damn nerves sometimes. I love Kanye, but sometimes I be like, what is you doing? What is you doing? I try to support, but I can't, you know, because he's supporting Trump. But at the end of the day, y'all, I don't give a damn what nobody say. Life of Pablo was a good album. Okay? Yeezus is a good album. Okay, New Slaves, Blood on It, Blood on the Leaves. That he killed that. Remixed that Nina Simone version of Strange Fruit. I gotta bump Kanye sometimes. I can't just let it go. Now, R. Kelly, I completely let go. Okay, y'all, y'all please don't cancel me. Can we have a real conversation about R. Kelly? Okay, y'all, I know this is a touchy subject, okay? This is a touchy subject. R. Kelly is canceled. He's disgusting. Horrible. Okay? Horrible. I deleted all his albums because I had him downloaded in my title. Okay? I deleted all his albums and everything. He's disgusting. And I think the difference between like a Kanye and an R. Kelly and all of them is that, yes, he's a sick man. He's horrible. Yes, June, cancel. We don't do R. Kelly. He's sick. I think the hard thing with R. Kelly is that, you know, when we listen to his music, oftentimes his music is about sex. So we listen to his music and you can't help but to think about the little girls. You know, right, Corey? Corey said, I don't even miss R. Kelly. But you and Corey, this what we going now I'm asking you a question. I'm gonna ask you a question, Corey. Okay, now think about this, and I want you to be real. I want you to be real, Corey. His music, we think about his music is about sex. You can't help but to think about what he does. Now, this is my question. I was watching something and they was talking about the versus battles, and everybody was like, you know, it's nobody out here that could battle Usher. Like, who would be able to battle Usher? Who has a music catalog that's good enough to battle Usher? It's no real R&B competition for Usher. You know, like some people said Chris Brown, but then people was like, Usher got classics. You know, yeah, right. But like, look, some people said Chris Brown, but you know, Chris Brown is. He's amazing. Chris Brown is amazing, which he also has his transgressions. And ain't nobody out here still boycotting Chris Brown. But then some people are. Some people get mad at you if you listen to Chris Brown. They want to talk about Rihanna, but Rihanna ain't. You know, she forgave him. They got back together. I don't know what to do. You know. But anyway, back to R. Kelly. So you have the versus battle. They was like, who could battle Usher? Da, 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 da. And the question came up of if R. Kelly had not done what he did, if he was not the pervert that he was, R. Kelly and Usher would be a good battle. And everybody was like, no, fuck R. Kelly, R. Kelly is terrible. Yes, he is terrible. He is a horrible person. He's a pervert. He's a child molester. He's ridiculous. But can we not honestly say that if he was a great person, let's say if he was not, let's speak hypothetically in a dream world, if he was not, would that be a good battle? Bella said, hell no, even without the sickness. R. Kelly without the sickness. See, look, June said Chris is canceled because of the colorist projection he put on what? He put on, what's BW? Oh, on black women. Chris is canceled because of the colorist projection he put on black women. What Chris did about colorism? What colorist projection? You got to break it down for me, June. I'm not aware. I'm doing well, Bonafide. How you doing? I'm not aware. I'm not aware of that. Genevieve said he might be all that, but he still could do something good. That is true. I agree with that too, Genevieve. He might be all that, but he could still do something good, you know. And that's one thing about people. And once again, I'm not excusing R. Kelly when I say this, but people, I feel like in a society, once again, we place these perfectionist labels on people, and then we place these perfectionist labels. If they don't fit into that label of who we think they are, what we think we should do, we cancel all the good that they have done. And once again, R. Kelly is completely canceled. He's horrible. He's a child molester. He's a pervert. That's not even a question. He's a perv. That's not even a question. However, can we not honestly say that if he did not do all that foolishness, his music would slap in the versus battle? Can we not honestly say that if he was not, let's an imaginary world, he was not all of that horrible stuff, his music would slap in a versus battle, bruh. Slap in a versus battle. Bella said, hell no. Bah! Well, you said, are we going off just songs alone or talent altogether? I still can't see it either way. I mean, we could go through the gamut of R. Kelly songs. Against Usher songs, I personally feel like R. Kelly would slap. You know, in a versus battle, feeling on your boot. See, I can't even sing it because even when I hear it, I just think about what he did. All right, if I could catch him in the street. Oh, he's so stupid. He is so stupid. Ruined a good 90s playlist. Y'all don't even understand. I had to delete half my 90s R&B playlist. You know that my groove music, you know, my music, you know, my Jada Thou music. I had to delete half of it because he's such a fucking perv. You said Michael Jackson claps them both. He does. But like, even with Michael, and see, this is what I'm talking about with the perfection. Even with Michael, we have all of these labels. Like, we could sit here and we got all these labels about who we should cancel and who we should boycott and who we could do. Neo, Bella girl, what's in your tea this morning? What is in your tea this morning, Bella? Neo, girl, you got brandy in your coffee? Neo, I like Neo and everything, but Bella, you got some tequila in your tea today. You got tequila in your tea today, Bella. What herbs are you taking? Okay. I want some of what you on, Bella, okay? Because you're talking about genuine Tyree, genuine after pony and in them jeans. What is genuine playing, Bella? After pony and in them jeans. What is genuine gonna play? And what's the other song he got? What's the other one? 9 o'clock, all alone, all alone. What is so anxious? What is genuine gonna play? Tyrese. What song? I know Tyrese more of acting than singing. Of course, you let me not disrespect Tyrese like that, because you said we got Sweet Lady. What else Tyrese got? He got Sweet Lady. He got the other video when he had the lip ring and he had the nose ring, and it was kind of like Usher My Way. See, I don't even remember the song. What we listening to from Tyrese in the versus battle? You think Tyrese got 20 hits? Genuine got 20 hits. 2 albums. I don't even think they got 20 songs on them 2 albums. Now, Neo wrote a lot of stuff. Neo could I think Neo already did a writer's battle. Neo could be in a good writer's battle. But somebody asked me, what's my IG? My IG is TheQueenPo, y'all. My IG is TheQueenPo. I forgot to say this. I meant to start the live out with this. Everything that you can find me on is in my description box. I'm TheQueenPo on everything. It's not spelt no different. It's the THE Queen, QUEEN Po, P-O. Not QueenPo 123, not QueenPo 1, none of that. My CashApp, Venmo, Instagram, YouTube. I don't be on Facebook. I don't be on nothing else. I don't be on TikTok or Snap or none of that stuff. I don't be on none of that. I'm on Instagram and YouTube. Everything I'm TheQueenPo on. Some people have been using my picture and stuff like that to create different profiles. It's one sister who she DM'd me yesterday, and she's not the only person who's done this. She DM'd me yesterday saying that she literally sent me the screenshot of the Instagram page. Somebody created a fake Instagram profile, y'all, with my picture, DMing people that they're finding on my Instagram and on my YouTube and claiming that they're selling waist beads. And people really sit in the money, like Cash App in the money. Y'all, I don't sell no products. I don't sell any products. I don't sell waist beads. I don't sell jewelry or anything yet. I will in the future, but not yet. If it does not say TheQueenPo, spelled straight up, not TheQueenPo 1, not TheQueenPo with an E at the end, none of that, not an underscore, no, none of that. If it don't say that, it's not me. A lot of people, y'all, have been got. One lady sent $150 on Cash App, and she thought she was supporting my business. It's not me. It's not me, y'all. Be very, very careful. Be very careful, okay? I'm TheQueenPo on everything. But anyway, Bella said, yes, Lorena, you right, but I was never a R. Kelly fan either. You wasn't an R. Kelly fan? Now, I do hear some people say that. Some people be like, oh, I was never into R. Kelly music. Now, Bella, I'm going to ask you this. You was never into R. Kelly music. And once again, every time I say his name, I also got to say he's sick. Yes, he's sick, Solar. He's terrible. He's horrible. But you never two-step to happy people. You never two-step to step in the name of love. You never two-stepped to what was the other one? He had Step in the Name of Love Part 1 and Part 2, Happy People. You never listened to I Believe I Could Fly. You never liked that. World's Greatest. You never liked that. Aside from the sexual songs, these are not the sexual songs. World's Greatest, I Believe I Could Fly, Happy People. I wish. Remember that? None of those, Bella. Come, be real now, Bella. Be real now. Be real. Step in the Name of Love. You wasn't out there when he was in the video with the all white. You wasn't getting it. You wasn't getting it. He introduced the world to Chicago stepping. You wasn't out there trying to learn. Just be real. He's a horrible person. But I feel like, come on now. If you liked earlier Leo or B2K, you like R. Kelly. Thank you, Corey. Run them facts. Okay? Because 4-page letter, age ain't nothing but a number, all of that. You went, right? Step, side to side. Oh, we can't. Okay, y'all, I'm not bigging up R. Kelly. Y'all stop bringing me back. I'm not bigging up R. Kelly, but I'm just saying, I'm not bigging him up. But I'm just saying, y'all started reminiscing and going back. Okay, if you ever watch 106 Park, y'all know he always was on a countdown. Come on now. Ignition came out, remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen, mama rolling, never had it. Come on, Fiesta, 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 with Jay-Z. You cannot say you was a Jay-Z fan and you ain't bump Fiesta. That's what I'm saying, bro. I know he's a horrible person, but we forget some stuff. We forget some stuff. You said didn't do it for you. Okay, I respect it, Bella. You real. You real, Bella. You real. You real. I respect it. You said you did not listen to Step in the Name. I respect it, Bella. You real. You real. Jean said not. Jewel said not at all. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Lorena said I grew up in the 90s, so it would be hard to avoid the music. I avoid it now. I avoid it now because he's a horrible person. Like I said, I had to delete everything. I had to delete everything. He's a horrible person. I'm going back in the comments. Somebody asked me, what do I think about Voodoo? I'm about to get way off topic, y'all, but just real quick. About Voodoo. Now, voodoo is another thing because it kind of ties into the topic of perfection. With any African traditional religion, there are going to be things that you do not agree with and things you do agree with. And that's not just with any African traditional religion, that's with any religion. But right now, speaking specifically of African traditional religions, there's going to be things you agree with and things you don't. If we speak about like Santeria, there are things in Santeria or practices in Santeria that I don't agree with, and there are practices I do agree with. I feel the same way about Ifa. I feel the same way about Candomblé. I feel the same way about Voodoo. There are things in Voodoo that I love. There are practices in Voodoo that I love, and then there are also some things that I'm like, that ain't really my style. And with any African traditional religion, African spirituality in general, y'all, I don't delve into the dark magic side of things. I don't delve into that. I don't delve into a lot of people get into spirituality and they be making jokes. They use it as a weapon. A lot of people weaponize African spirituality and they'll say stuff like, oh, don't make me put a root on your ass, or, they'll have an issue with somebody or find out somebody doing something against them or speaking bad about them, or I'll put her ass in a jar or stuff like that. I'm not cool with stuff like that, y'all. I'm not cool with stuff like that. Like, I don't believe in using spirituality or whatever your African traditional religion is. I don't believe in using it as a weapon of fear against people. I had a old friend of mine, we no longer speak, but she used to always do that. Like, she had this thing where she liked for people to be scared of her. And she thrived off of that. She enjoyed that. She had issues with the people she worked with. June, I love you, girl. I love you. But she had people she worked with, and she always was beefing at work. And she was like, yeah, they don't say nothing to me because they be scared I'm going to put a root on them, or they be scared that I be telling them, don't make me put you in a jar and stuff. I don't like that. I don't like that with nobody. Bella said it's kind of scary because that's the age we going into, and everybody, mine's not mature enough for this. Right. But the thing is, that's a problem for me. That's a problem. So I just really, specifically with voodoo, I feel like voodoo itself in its raw form, is pure and it's good and it's based in love and it's based on prosperity and it's based on so many good things. But if you're asking me about voodoo now and where it has been taken, and this is with not just voodoo, but any African traditional religion, so many people are getting into it for the wrong reasons. They're getting into it with the intention to control, as opposed to the intention to connect. They want to control their life. They want to control their environment. They want to control other people. And they don't even realize it, though. They don't even realize it. And it's because manifestation is such a big deal right now. And manifestation is real. It's real. I have videos on manifestation. Manifestation is real. But I don't feel like you should get into manifestation with the goal of controlling anything. Don't try to control. People get obsessed over, oh, this person's speaking bad about me. I can control. I bet you I'll put a root on them, or I'll put a jaw on them, or I'm going to do a spell against them, and all of this stuff, and you wishing bad against people, and you're intentionally trying to do stuff. Let me tell you, I'm going to just give y'all a little secret that a lot of people don't connect. In spirituality, if you believe in manifestation, you got to believe in karma. If you believe in karma, you got to believe in reincarnation. It's all tied together. It's all tied together. So you can't sit here and say you believe in manifestation, but then you out here trying to put bad roots and all that stuff on other people, because then that's when that karma gonna come back and hit your ass. Okay? It's gonna come right back to you. And I'm saying this, y'all, because I've seen this firsthand. I've seen this firsthand. I've seen people try to root somebody and that shit come back to them. I've seen it firsthand, y'all. I'm talking about with family members. Family members. Like, I'm literally thinking of a family member in particular, an elder family member of mine who is revered in the African spirituality community from where we're from, and people know her, and she gets a lot of respect because her magic work, her stuff work, and she's very gifted. She had the gift of sight. She always know when somebody gonna be born. She know when you pregnant. She know when somebody gonna die. She always know all kind of stuff. She was truly gifted, but she put a bad root out on somebody, and that shit came back to her tenfold, and she was woman enough to admit it. She was woman enough to admit it, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be mindful. You got to be mindful about stuff like that. Absolutely, Genevieve. Boomerang. You got to be mindful about stuff like that. Like, so, you know, you asked me what I think about voodoo. Once again, this is not just with voodoo. This is with any traditional African religion or African traditional religion, whether if it's voodoo, Santeria, no matter what, Ifa, no matter what, people are getting into it right now with the idea of controlling and all of that. Oh, I'm gonna put their ass in a jar and I'm gonna put a root on their ass. You gotta be mindful of that, because that shit gonna come back to you. You know, so right now I just feel like it's saturated. I feel like it's oversaturated. If you are looking to study African traditional religion, please study the roots of it. Study the beginning, the early phases, study the basics, you know, study the fundamentals and apply that first. Don't really try to, don't try to click up right now. You know, don't try to click up because you don't know what's what. You know, just really like study it for yourself at the basis of it, the core, the fundamentals. And then once you really study the fundamentals, that's when you really start to recognize that you really don't have to place yourself in a box or in a label yourself. You don't have to label yourself as being a practitioner of voodoo or, you know, or hoodoo or anything, or Santeria or Ifa. You don't have to. Because what you'll realize is that if you study the fundamentals, the base of everything, you'll realize that the fundamentals of everything is the same. The fundamentals of Christianity is the same as the fundamentals for voodoo. The fundamentals for voodoo is the same as the fundamentals for Ifa. The fundamentals for Ifa is the same as the fundamentals for Islam. It's all the same, and that's why I promote African spirituality. I promote spirituality because spirituality is about the fundamentals. It's about intentions. It's about mindfulness. It's about love. It's about being present. It's about manifestation at its root, not with the intention to control, but with the intention to put out positive energy. It's about karma and knowing that if you put out good will come back to you. It's like water in a garden. That's how you got to think about manifestation. That's how you got to think about karma. It's about water in a garden. If you water your garden with pure water and the intention to feed and nourish it and not overdo it, you can't overdo it. Same thing with spirituality. Don't overdo it. Water your garden. What's going to happen? Your herbs is going to grow. Your vegetables is going to grow. Your trees is going to grow. And it's going to be able to then in return feed you. And what do? You eat those fruits. You eat those vegetables. You plant those seeds and your garden comes again. And the cycle continues. That's life. That's life. Simple as that. Simple as that. Life is a garden. Life is a garden. We have to water our gardens. It's going to give us plenty of sacred fruits. You eat on it, you feed on it, you take those seeds, plant it again, and the cycle continues. The cycle continues. So you don't put yourself in a box, because then what I don't want people to do is become obsessed about being a perfect Ifa practitioner, being a perfect Voodoo practitioner, being a perfect Santeria practitioner. I don't want people to become obsessed about that, because what happens is, you have these African traditional religions and they have all of these. I always say the difference between spirituality and religion. Spirituality is the relationship you have with spirit. Then you have African traditional religion, where it's a set, religion is a set of prescribed practices that you should do to achieve this type of spiritual relationship. That's what religion is. Christianity, set of prescribed practices. Go to church on Sunday, Bible study Wednesday. You take communion. You do the set of prescribed practices. Islam, pray 5 times a day. You go to the masjid. You got to go to Juma. This set of prescribed practices. Ifa. You find out what your head is, you do your offerings, you do your sacrifices, you say these prayers this certain way, you gotta speak it in this language and do this and do that, put this on your altar, put that on your altar at this time, set of prescribed practices. What happens is we become obsessed at being perfect, that sometimes we then lose the intention, which the true intention was the spiritual relationship. It wasn't the practices, it was the spiritual relationship. Never lose sight of the intention, right? So don't become obsessed. Don't try to be perfect. And if you do choose a path, that's perfect. That's great. That's great. If you choose a path, you find something that feeds your soul and feeds your spirit, that's amazing. But don't strive to be perfect in that. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a sacred day. If you miss y'all see my locks, just don't be trying to cooperate. Okay. But you strive. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate you always. Corey, I appreciate you. But we strive to be so perfect, and we just have to be mindful and be careful to not place those. I want to say not place those labels. And once again, even what I'm saying right now may not be perfect, but I want to say my remedy for not striving for perfection is removing the labels for myself. Removing the labels. And that's what I talked about in the beginning of the live. My remedy is removing the labels. That's my remedy. And that's including African traditional religious labels. That's including, I'm a Ifa practitioner or a Hoodoo practitioner or whatever. That's my remedy of solving my issues that I used to have with perfectionism. That's my remedy. And that's the advice that I could give. It's just like, it's good to study. It's good to learn. It's good to do what you enjoy. Do what you enjoy. Do what feeds your wellness. That's our intention, I would hope. Our intention is to be well and to ensure the wellness of our family and our loved ones, the people around us. We want to ensure that we are well, that they are well. Our intention is to be well. But at the same time, we just have to be mindful that you want to do what feeds your wellness and not do what looks like it feeds your wellness. What actually feeds your wellness? Sometimes feeding your wellness looks like going to your altar and praying at your altar. It looks like, giving a sacrifice, whatever a sacrifice means for you. It looks like going to the water and putting offerings in the water. It looks different. Sometimes feeding your wellness is standing in your mirror and twerking to Get Me Body by Beyonce. Or twerking to that Travis Porter. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes, it's popping in that old Lil Jon. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes it's different. It's bumping that YG. It's bumping that Kevin Gates. Feed your wellness. Feed your wellness. As long as you are not hurting or harming anybody. That's my thing. As long as you are not hurting or harming anybody, do you. Do you. Okay? As long as you are not hurting or harming anybody, do you. Do you. GC said, just being. Do what brings you joy. Absolutely. Do what brings you joy. Bonafide. Speaking of locks, I've been thinking about cutting off my cultivated locks and regrowing them a la freeform. I like that. A la freeform. Okay, it makes me feel like I'm in a foreign country. A la freeform from the scalp. Okay, bonafide. So if you want to cut them, if your spirit's telling you to cut them. You have multiple options though. You could cut your locks and start freeforming from scratch. Or I'm adjusting myself, y'all. You could cut your locks and start freeforming from scratch. Or you have the option of, just start free-forming with your cultivated locks and just stop twisting them and letting them grow. I know a brother who he had cultivated locks and then he decided to start free-forming, and he like grew his locks, had the cultivated locks. He started free-forming, and then when his free-form portion got to a certain length, he just cut them at that point. If you get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying? He cut them. Like, say if I had cultivated locks and I decided to start freeforming, and then I turn around and I'd be like, okay, well, I ain't gonna freeform no more. I ain't gonna cultivate mine no more. I'ma cut them. And he just cut them like that. Like cut them at the freeform point. That's what I mean. Whatever. You say he reattached them. Who reattached them? Having what? Having haram someday would make me happy. You said having haram someday. Are you a Muslim? Having haram someday would make me happy. Okay. Haram. Are you a Muslim? I'm reading it as haram. Haram. If y'all don't know, haram in Islam is like it's like something. I don't like saying something that's a sin or something bad. I like to say something taboo. But if that's what you mean, let me know, Solar. But yeah, like at the end of the day, what we have to do, like that's what he did. So he cut them at the freeform part. So what we have to do is just do what feels good to you, Bonafide. Do we have to do what feels good to us? If you want to cut them, okay? You want to start from scratch? Start from scratch. I know for me, when I cut my first set of freeform blocks, it felt good. It felt good to know that I wasn't tied to them. Because I do respect people who feel like, y'all, it's some people who feel like my locks are my antennas to the universe. And they feel like my locks are, I don't know how to describe it. My locks are my antennas to the universe. My locks are my spiritual guides or whatever. It's people who feel like that, and I respect that. But I always say, for me personally, people feel like their hair is their crown. Me personally, my crown is within. My crown is within. My crown is not my hair. My hair are jewels that accentuate my crown. But my crown is my Ori. My crown is within. So I don't see my locks that way. If you want to cut your locks, cut your locks. Just don't feel super attached to them to where you feel like if you cut them, you're losing your crown or you losing your piece. And it's not just for Bonafide, but for anybody. They are an extension. They're an extension of yourself, You thought about that as well. I do have somewhat of a freeform set of locks at the base, absolutely. Since the salons were first shut down due to the pandemic. Okay, so then, yeah, Bonafide, so just cut them at that point where you started freeforming. Cut them right there. Absolutely, Jillian, my crown is within. Cut them right there. Thank you so much, GC. I appreciate you, love. Thank you. Oh, you leaving, GC? You leaving? I'm happy to share myself with y'all. I'm very happy to do that. And just to be able to have real, honest conversations. When will there be more available for the Cousins Wellness Group? So as far as the wellness community, y'all, I am definitely posting more videos for the wellness community. As far as like posting videos in the wellness community, I want to be able to do more with my videos. So I recently got a laptop. I didn't have a laptop, y'all. I was doing everything from my phone. So I didn't have like, a laptop. My editing abilities were limited. So I have videos already recorded. I'm in the process of like editing them. What I didn't realize is that editing in a laptop is way different than editing on the phone. So I'm all of that stuff, I'm working it out, but I'm definitely going to be posting more in the wellness community very, very soon. Off topic, try them avocado fries. Yes, Bella, them avocado fries hit. Okay, the vegan, I posted the video, the vegan baked avocado fries. They hit, and it's so quick and easy to make. And the more you make them, the better you get. Something I realized is that, because what I was doing at first was I was making them in a bowl. So I was putting the breadcrumbs and the spelt flour and stuff in the bowl. Yes, Lorena, the vegan baked avocado fries, not fried, baked. And I was putting the spelt flour and the breadcrumbs in the bowl, and I had the coconut milk in the bowl. And then I found that it was my fingers would get sticky when I was moving them from the flour to the coconut milk, from the coconut milk to the breadcrumbs. I had to keep washing my hands in between each one, all kind of stuff. I found an easier method to do it where I just do it just how you would do chicken. If you fry chicken, you know how you fry chicken, you season up the chicken, you put the flour in the bag, you shake it up in the bag. So that's what I do now for the avocado fries. I cut the avocado fries up. I have my seasoned spelt flour in one bag, I have my seasoned breadcrumbs in another bag, and then I have a bag of coconut milk. So I have 3 different little baggies. And that way I can, instead of doing them one by one, I just throw all the avocados in there at one time, shake it up in the spelt flour, take a fork, pick them out the spelt flour, put them in the coconut milk, shake them up, get the fork again and put them from the coconut milk to the breadcrumbs, shake them up and lay them right on the baking sheet. And they cook so quick. They cook good, it's easy, it's quick, it's less messy. And the avocado fries, like sometimes I'll just be, if I want a snack, I'll be like, oh, let me get me an avocado, make some avocado fries. And it's a good snack. It's a very filling snack. It's a good snack, filling snack. You could do it as a lunch. You know, it holds you over for some good. Avocado, for me, it's hefty. So it holds you over for some time, you know. But quick to make, literally, like, it used to take me about 10 minutes to prepare them. Now I could do it in like 3 to 5 minutes. It's real quick. Baked avocado fries. You bake them on 350. I put them on, I think, 350. And I leave them in there for like 15 to 20 minutes. I like mine to get good and crispy, 15 to 20 minutes. I literally put them in there, clean up a little bit, or go do something else, and they smell so good cooking. You know, season them up and everything, smell real good cooking. Take them out, let them cool down a little bit, and that's a good little quick snack that everybody loves. I've never had anybody try the avocado fries and don't like them. And if you have a good, you don't want the avocado to be mushy. If you have a good avocado, they're nice and firm. Some people think that, oh, they get mushy. That's why you got to cook them on 350. Because if you cook them on 350, they slow cook, and it also firms up the avocado. So you're not biting into it and it's gushy or nothing like that. It's nice and firm. To me, very much, or if not firmer than a French fry. Firmer than a French fry. It's very good. I put the video on my YouTube, vegan baked avocado fry recipe. I'm also going to be posting more recipes, you guys. I do eat fish sometimes. I did a red snapper, and I did a baked red snapper, and I did fried red snapper. But I fried the red snapper and did a similar method to the avocado fries, but I fried them with using the panko breadcrumbs, and I fried them in coconut oil. And it came out very good, very tender. It cooks quick, once again, 3 to 5 minutes. And then I baked some too. So I'm gonna do a video on that. And then I also made a truffle jumbo up crab burger. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna do a view. I got a few little cooking videos that I'm gonna put together for y'all. So like I said, great videos, TheQueenPo. I like how you actually interact with your viewers. Many YouTubers ignore your audience. Many YouTubers ignore their audience. You're different. You actually care about what we think and interact. Absolutely. I love y'all. I really do. Like, first off, thank you so much for that, Solar. My intention for having my YouTube and having the wellness community is so we can have a space, y'all, where we could be real and we could be open and we could be honest and we could just, you know, have these conversations. Talk about the stuff that, you know, I feel like talk about the stuff that we are striving for and that we're trying to just touch on and practice, because once again, the goal is wellness, and all of us are trying to be well. All of us are striving to be well, right? We're all striving to be well, and we just try different shit. We just try different stuff. So when I put up the little let's eat videos, and like I put up the spirituality videos, and that's why I did the can you be Christian and practice African spirituality. 5 signs that you are, you know, spiritual, or you're on the road to spirituality. Because what I realized is that just like myself, you know, we go through journeys in life, and ain't none of us gonna be perfect at our journey. You know, we all trying different stuff. So the information I have, I try to share it, but I also want you guys to be able to see me trying. We're just trying, y'all. We're just trying, okay? That's the thing. That's the thing. We just trying shit, all right? So I think if we just lived in a world where everybody was more open about just trying stuff, you know what I'm saying? And not be so gun-ho on being perfect about everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the baked avocado fries, y'all, I burnt the first fucking batch, okay? I burnt the first batch because my ass thought I could take a shower while the avocado fries was baking. I burnt the first batch, all right? So when I got it right, I put the video up. You know, we gotta be real about stuff like that. I had another video I was making. So my family, we make fried dumplings. So, you know, you have the dumpling and you fry the dumpling. So I wanted to try to fry the dumpling in coconut oil. I mixed coconut oil and vegan butter. Y'all, burnt the shit out the goddamn dumplings. Okay, burnt the shit out the dumplings. When I say I don't know what the hell happened, y'all, I literally felt like I had the dumpling there for 3 minutes. My whole house smelled like I had a fire. Burnt the shit out the dumplings. We got to be real. Thank you so much, Corey. I appreciate you. We got to be real about stuff like that. You know, sometimes, y'all, you know, I'm striving for this plant-based diet. My ass, sometimes I be wanting to get some salmon. Okay? And I'm going to get some damn salmon. Okay? That's just what it's going to be. I'm striving. So that's why I interact with y'all, because I want y'all to know it's other people out here that's we real. Some people see me and they see, okay, like she got her hair wrap on. She must be woke. She must be spiritual. Listen, y'all, I'm striving. Okay, I just do what I enjoy. It's not easy all the time. Okay, it's not easy all the time. I do what brings me wellness. Sometimes, y'all, I be sitting here thinking to myself like, now we really was supposed to cancel Kanye West, huh? I can't, okay, I'm gonna try, y'all. I'm gonna try. You know, sometimes we really supposed to cancel Goya, huh? So what about this adobo in my closet? Like, I don't know. Okay, Lorena said we are real and struggling. I'm just trying to some time from day to day. Absolutely. We are just real people. Okay, we real people. And then we're real people undoing things that we have learned. That's all we say. You know, we have the right to change our minds. Sometimes we get on these paths and we feel like we gotta be this, and then you find out new information and you decide to change your mind. You decide that you don't believe what you once thought you believed. You decide that you don't feel how you once thought that you felt. You know, you don't want to support what you used to support. You know, when I first really started intentionally, I struggle with that, intentionally. Okay. And when I first started intentionally going and studying spirituality around the world, and I first started traveling, there were things that I felt, things that I believed, things I thought I was against, that as I traveled and I got into it and I studied it, I learned more about and realized like, oh, I'm not so much against that. I started to learn to look at the opposing side of things, you know, which is something I didn't learn growing up. Growing up, I was taught, you know, this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. And oftentimes we teach ourselves and teach our children that this is right, this is wrong, this is good, this is bad. But we don't teach them to look at the wrong side and see how that person may feel or see why they may be doing that. We don't learn that. June, you put something, but it says message retracted. Sometimes YouTube does that. If you use a certain word or you say something a certain way, I know I can't see the message that says message retracted. So you might have to reword whatever you said. But yeah, like I just had certain beliefs. And even for myself growing up with spirituality around me, it's so funny because my mother just recently reached out to me. If y'all know anything about the story of y'all watched my previous videos and you know anything about the story with me and my mother, you know I haven't heard from my mother in over 7 years. I haven't heard from her in over 7 years. And we recently just got back in contact and we had a conversation and we're building. Okay, we're building. So my mother, you know, she was talking to me about, you know, spirituality and like growing up with spirituality. Yes, Bella, we got back in contact. We talked. We was on the phone for over 10 hours, you know, just talking about a lot of different stuff. But yeah, she was telling me about her, where she is in her spiritual journey right now. And she even, you know, admitted that she's had to unlearn some of the things she once believed. And my mother's 52. And she's had to unlearn some of the things that she once believed about spirituality. So as I was traveling, you know, I was taught that voodoo, even though we grew up with spirituality, I also was taught that voodoo was bad. I was taught that, you know, that My phone about to die, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off soon. But I was taught that certain things and I don't want to say specific things, but certain things in certain African traditional religions was wrong, and these people are wrong. They're doing devil worship, or they're doing black magic or dark magic in this country and that country. And it wasn't until I went to some of those countries and I saw what they were doing, and understood the logic of why they were doing certain things, that I realized I had to unlearn. Me unlearning and relearning helped change my mind. So what I used to believe about certain things, I no longer believe. It must be about to rain. I no longer believe. What I used to believe about certain practitioners, I don't believe that anymore. Certain practices, I don't believe that anymore. What I used to like, for example, one thing was animal sacrifices. We grew up with African spirituality, but how we practice, we were also taught that you don't need to sacrifice animals anymore. Like, animals shouldn't be sacrificed anymore. And people who are doing that, they are killing, and they're ending a life unnecessarily, which will be their karma and stuff. That's how we were taught. So it wasn't until I got older and then I traveled and I went to certain countries and studied spirituality where they still sacrifice animals. And I understood the intention of why they're doing it. Now, does that mean that me personally, does that mean that I'm going to be at my doorstep sacrificing a chicken? Does that mean that I'm going to be killing a goat? As of right now, no. As of right now, that's how I feel right now. But my mind may also change in the future. However, how my mind changed from the past is I no longer believe that that's a horrible, evil thing. I no longer believe that those people are evil for doing that. I had to unlearn that. And the only way that I was able to unlearn that was through speaking to someone who practices that. Not just someone, but speaking to several groups of people who practice that. And actually going to a ceremony and having the experience myself of seeing the impact and seeing the intention, and seeing people rub themselves down in the blood. And I get chills thinking about it, because it was such a magical thing to see these people just become engrossed in this experience, and this is the way they do things. This is how they feel. So we take a spiritual bath, and whatever we do our spiritual bath in, y'all, in some traditions, they take a spiritual bath and they bathe in goat blood, or they bathe in cow's blood, and that. What Tabitha say? That's their business. That's their business. They bathe in it. That's their business. Now, is that something that I'm gonna do? As of right now, no. I don't have the desire. My spiritual calling is not leading me right there, right now. But you never know what's gonna happen in the future. Like I said in the Will and Jada video, don't be out here talking about what you ain't never gonna do, because that's the very thing that spirit will try you with. Okay, that's the very thing that you'll be tested with. I'm going back and reading some of y'all comments so I could be caught up on the conversation y'all having. Genevieve said, fear makes people shun what they don't know. Absolutely. I agree with that. Fear makes people shun what they don't know. Fear and just simple misunderstanding. Bonafide 1979. I was just talking about that with a friend this morning, How oftentimes, don't go away. How oftentimes people cannot agree to disagree. Yes. Can hardly have a conversation and disagree without going to war with each other. I agree with that. That's one of the most difficult conversations to have. Like, when you disagree with somebody, oftentimes they feel like it's their job to change your mind. They feel the conversation goes from I feel like this and you feel like that to, well, this is why what I'm saying is right. And they feel like it's their job to change your mind, and it's not. Oftentimes I have to be like, well, that's just how I feel, or okay, well, that's just my opinion. Okay, well, I think. Or most of the time, I just let the conversation go, because people do feel like they gotta be right. People strive to be right, which once again leads other people to feeling like they have to be perfect. You said, Lorena said, I wish I could call you and have more conversations. I want to be able to call everybody. So that's why I'm going to start going, like, doing random lives like this on my YouTube more often. People want me to go live on Instagram. Instagram is just not my thing, y'all. I'm going to say Instagram is my thing, but Instagram live, I've been talking too long, y'all, my mouth dry. Instagram live is something that I'm just not that into. So, but I'm gonna start going live on my YouTube more often and just having these regular conversations and just, engaging with everybody more often. I feel like I'm on the phone with everybody. Like me being able to read y'all comments and stuff. And then even the comments that I missed, I'll be going back and I be watching, the videos. Like I went back and watched the Will and Jada video and read y'all comments too. Y'all had some good comments on the Will and Jada video. But yeah, I like going back and reading y'all, reading your comments and everything. But I feel like we are in Tabitha. Yes, Bella, I love Tabitha. I love Tabitha. She is just such a sweet, genuine spirit, and you could tell she's a sweet, genuine spirit. You could tell she's genuine because of her children. Her children and how her children show up and, how her children manifest it. I truly believe oftentimes, not every time, oftentimes children in many ways are a reflection of their environment. Children, young children. I ain't talking about because as adults, we unlearn and relearn certain things. But when you see kids, 13, 14, young, 8, 9, they are truly a reflection. Her kids are a reflection of her, and they seem to be so sweet and just so loving. Yes, the whole family is everything. I really support Tabitha, y'all. I had put her Instagram in the wellness community group chat on Discord a while ago. I really just love her. And she's also another one who's genuine about, her journey of being vegan and what caused her, what led her to becoming a vegan and all that stuff. I really love her, y'all. But okay, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. I've been on here for almost an hour and a half now. So I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all questions and stuff like that. I feel like we went a little bit of everywhere. But the main point of the conversation was, just perfectionist phobia. The fear of being a perfectionist. Like I said, I used to be there. I used to be a person where I felt like I had to be perfect at achieving my goals. My idea, my labels that I was placing on myself, of being this achieved person and being that I was a perfectionist, and it started wearing me down. It was causing me to not feed my wellness. It was causing me to starve myself because I wanted a certain size body. It was causing me to have sleep deprivation because I felt like I had to study and read everything and I had to just be perfect. And over time, what I realized, my remedy for curing myself of perfectionism was removing the labels and not being so obsessed with, I don't care what people think, because that's not true. That's not true. As much as we like to say, I don't care what people think, we care what people think. We care what people think. That's what I always tell especially my sisters. You can't say you don't care what people think, because guess what? When you try on them jeans, what's the first thing you do? You look in the mirror, you see how they fit, then you turn around and you look at that ass in them jeans, okay? You make sure that ass sitting right in them jeans. If you didn't care what other people think, you would not care how your ass look in some jeans, because when you are walking, you don't see your booty moving. When you walking, you ain't looking at your ass, okay? If you didn't care what people think, you would not be in the mirror. When Nelly said, "Ooh, I think my butt getting big," you would not be in the mirror looking at your ass. We all, in one way, and that's just a light version, but we all in one way or another care about what people think. We do. Especially people you love and people you care about. So for me, curing perfectionism for me wasn't about not caring what people think anymore, because I realized that I was becoming obsessed with that, right? I was becoming a perfectionist with that. I gotta not give a fuck. So I gotta kill myself to not give a fuck. And that's not true. I do care. I care about the people I love. I care about the people I love, knowing the true me, and knowing where I am, and knowing that I'm okay and that I am well. But in order to cure my perfection, what I had to do was release the labels and the expectations of who they thought that I should be. My goal when I'm talking to my family members, I'm talking to my friends, my intention is to always let them know that exactly where I am in my wellness journey. Like, this is what's feeding my spirit right now. This is what's feeding my wellness right now, and I am well. So I care about them knowing whether or not I am well, but I don't care about who they think that I should be, or how I should be striving for my wellness. So cure your perfectionism. Don't feel like you got to be perfect in every single thing you do. Just do you. Do what feeds your wellness physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. If you having a bad morning, don't feel like you gotta listen to gospel music, okay? Listen to what makes you feel good. I was listening to some dance hall this morning, some Beanie Man this morning. Oh, nine, it's all about Romy and them big fat sister Naomi. I was listening to some Beanie this morning. That's what got me moving. You know, I go for walks in the morning. I was on my walk grooving, you know, bottom, macadamia. You know, we gotta do what feeds you. Do what makes you feel good. As long as you are not hurting or harming anybody, do you. Okay, family, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate your energy. I'm going to go back and read everybody's comments. Okay, Lorena said the openness and lack of judgment in this video in chat. Oh, thank you, Lorena. That gives me so much joy. Oh, new perspective. I feel like every time I watch your videos, I get a chance to grow. Oh, thank you so much, Lorena. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That makes me feel good. That really makes me feel good. Thank you so much for that. Peace, Bella Bella. Peace, Genevieve. Yes, Genevieve, Beanie Man. Okay, I love me some Beanie. Bonafide, as a black man, I always try to tactfully give my sisters compliments whenever the opportunity presents itself. I feel like that. I feel like that they're open to it. Okay, you feel like it presents itself, and you feel like they're open to it. They barely should. Their beauty should most definitely be appreciated. Y'all could bear use. Y'all see, I ain't got my glasses on. I'm like, what? Their beauty should most definitely be appreciated. Thank you so much, Bonafide. And I appreciate you being mindful about that. You know, being mindful about how you compliment a woman, and you know, that's making it sure it's a safe space. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you for that mindfulness. Okay, y'all, I'm out. Peace to everybody. Thank y'all so much for all the love and the support. Thank y'all for the donations. I truly, genuinely appreciate that. Thank you for tuning in. And I'm going to do this more often, y'all, I promise, okay? Do something that feeds your wellness today, okay? And if it's eating some Oreos, eat them damn Oreos unapologetically, okay? Love y'all. Peace.